everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge and 5 more best bets for the night in sports. I am the coach. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting. And it's not close. Now, I see many of you in the chat talking about maybe taking a day or two off. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We encourage it sometimes. I do it sometimes because it's hard to do this 365 days a year like we do it right now. But at the same time, you know I'm always going to challenge you. Do you think you're better than me? M Squared, Maestro, EC, Speculator? Well, then we want you to prove it. March Madness is almost here, and you know what that means. Brackets. Come lock in your spot now for the 2023 Early Edge March Madness Bracket Challenge as we all compete against each other for free for tournament glory, legacy, and prizes too. Simply scan the QR code on screen or go to tinyurl.com/theearlyedge to lock in your spot right now. All right, let's bring in the stars of the show. You know them. You love them. On a Monday, they are back. It's Frick and Frack, the Speculator and EC. Boys, how was your weekend? Are we good? Yes. Yes?
First, I got to know who's Frick and who's Frack.
I think that's pretty clear, don't you?
I'm just making sure.
EC, you finally, it was almost like me handing you a gift yesterday because I felt bad I was going to beat you twice.
You know, Coach, it was a relief when Aaron Rye beats, like, I wasn't excited about the win. I was just like, thank God I don't owe you more money because it was brutal. I mean, you took me the cleaners on early wedge, 2-0 against me. And yesterday I managed to claw back. I only owed you $100, and that was a gift. So yes, thank you, Coach. I appreciate that. I'm in a giving mood myself today, I feel like.
All right. Well, certainly we don't have the luxury of taking nights off, so we have to refocus. We got to recalibrate because that's exactly what we do. This is a hard time of year to win consistently. If you look out in the world of social media, there aren't a lot of brands that are touting themselves because it's just hard. That's how this business is, and we have to embrace that. With all that being said, we're going to come out like rabid dogs today. And I know as I look at my notes, Specty, that the team you're on right now is as sure of a bet, and I'm sure they'll lose 3-0 tomorrow, as sure of a bet as there is in soccer right now. Start us off.
Yeah, I have this on the site, and I have it with a couple other experts also on the same side. Tomorrow's Champions League game has Napoli and Frankfurt, and we're on Napoli moneyline at +115. Our model's predicting a 2.3 to 1.1 scoreline. Implied odds have +115 at 47%. Our model has it at 66%. I do think that's actually a tad bit high, but let's put this in perspective. Frankfurt in their own domestic league in the Bundesliga ranks 6th in their own domestic league, where in Serie A, where Napoli are, they're in first place, and they're in first place by 15 points ahead of second place. In Napoli's entire all competitions, they have won after 90 minutes, 25 games, 2 losses and 3 draws. They are on an absolute tear. They've won 5 of their last 6 Champions League games by an average margin of 2.2 goals. And the one game they lost was to Liverpool when they'd already secured their round of 16. I really like Napoli moneyline +115. As a little bonus, I do actually kind of like the over 2.5 goals in that game at -130, but I will caution you in the fact that group stage to the round of 16 tightens up on goals. Last season, there were 3.1 goals on average total per game in the group stage, and it went down to 2.6 in the round of 16. So just a little caution there.
No doubt about it. Love that take. Love that cautionary tale. I love Napoli over 2.5 goals. They always seem to score 2. Then they get that late one, like around the 85th minute with a really healthy sweat.
Soccer expert coach right here with you.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they call us. That's what they call me and you. All right, I'm going to go next because I'm going to give the Maestro spot to EC today. I've only got one play because you guys know me. I'm more of an NBA guy, but I can do college basketball as well. And tonight there's a big one between Kansas and TCU. We've got 2 cappers at SportsLine right now that are on the Kansas Jayhawks +2. I don't mind that. They are rounding into form, but what I'm on is the over 151.5. Now, the last time out, TCU scored 100 points. The last time out, the Kansas Jayhawks scored, let me check my notes, 87 points. In fact, 4 of the last 5, KU scored 87, 87, 78, 88. And those weren't against scrubs. 2 of those were against Baylor, top 10 team, Texas, top 10 team. I love this over tonight, 85, 80, something like that. And we'll sail, as EC, sail into the 160s. He loves to say that. All right, big boy. I'm looking down at my notes. We've got multiple picks from you. The floor is yours.
as Gus Johnson says, Coach, rise and fire. That's what we do here on a Monday. Even when the sports are, a little lacking today, we're going to go with it. I love that overplay that you gave out, so that's good stuff. We're also going to stick with the Big 12 with my first play, the Oklahoma State, West Virginia over 144.5. Now, when they played the last time, the over-under was 138.5, and it was the combined was 127. Now, the over-under went up 6 points from there. Now, why would it do that? Oklahoma State is 8 games have gone over, and West Virginia, 6 of their last 7 have gone over. And the last 4 West Virginia at home are all over, averaging 152. I think this one gets close to that 150 number, Coach, so I'm playing it confidently. Then we're going to go to one that I had to do a little searching among sports books, and I actually don't have points bet here in Arizona. But if I were in another state, I would play the Norfolk State team total over 88.5. You can get that at plus 150. Now, how the heck did I come up with this one? Now, Larry and Max have a pick on this game on the site, but it has nothing to do with the over, so we'll stay away from that. Do you know who gives up the most points in college basketball? It's Coppin State at 85.6 a game. Don't ask me where Coppin State is. I don't know. I'm just going to say that right now. Coppin State has given up 82 plus. Get this, in 17 of 18 road games. So 82 is a lock, right? So all we got to do is find 7 more points. But Coppin is so bad that they've given up 90 plus in 4 of their last 5 road games. And Norfolk State, when they played them at Coppin State last time, dropped 96 on them. If you want to play the over 154 here, I'm okay with that. I just don't know if Coppin State is going to be able to score the 55 or 65 points that they would need here. So I'm going to play the Norfolk State team total over plus 150. It's 88.5. Okay. And then in the Big West, I was going to give out Cal State, Fullerton, and UCSB the over 128.5, but that was a site play from this morning. So we're going to roll with another one. Got to love the Big West. If you're staying up late, UC Irvine and Cal Poly over 130.5. You can get this one at minus 105. When they played in January, it was 55-54. But Irvine averages 60 or 76 a game, and 5 of their last 7 games have gone over this number. Cal Poly, they stink. I mean, really bad. They lost 15 in a row, but their last 2 have gone way over this number. So I think Irvine controls the tempo, drops 75 tonight, and I think we hit this one fairly easily.
I love it. I love it. Look him up, man. You actually did a lot of work today. I'm surprised.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you. I'm very, very proud of you.
We don't take days off. We go rise and fire, right?
We rise and fire, baby. We're here every single day. We have, I know people get sick of me saying it, but we have not missed a day, not one day since December of 2020. We're now in February of 2023. There's not another sports betting brand on planet Earth that has done that. Not one. I checked. Not one. It's what we do. That's what we do.
Coach, I have to ask a question. Go ahead. Who knows more about other sports? Is it me and soccer or buckets and anything not soccer?
I had to think about that for a second. Who knows
more? You didn't know what 0.25 was the other day.
I have no idea what that is. I think Napoli is in Italy. I think that's about the only thing I know. Is that right?
Well, Buckets is doing his best. The problem is that he's not doing any research with it. Oh. He hasn't done any research with it, so we'll see.
Why does he bet Sia so much? It's like free money. It's like Sia getting an ATM in golf. I don't understand.
Well, not really, because the money just usually comes straight to me. Okay. It's just he's kind of an intermediary. That's what he is. Just checking. By the way, Grayson says, Coach, I've been here since 2020. Let's go. That's right, Grayson. A lot of people. We're building this brand up. Oh, and I love it. All right. Do not forget the early wedge, which EC was on last week, has moved to Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss one single second of our incredible content. Are you going to be on early wedge this week?
I don't think I deserve it, Coach. I haven't picked a winner yet, and I've been on twice. I got a fourth last week and a third this week. Still disappointing. I got to get on the board this year. It's tough. Morikawa in Hawaii. Since then, I cannot pick a winner, and I'm not taking the chalk with Rahm. And by the way, I should be banned from the show this week because I gave out Rahm as my fade on DFS on the show last week.
That's true. You did. But there was a reason for that. I'm looking at my picks right here because I keep a notebook of everything. And I believe Jason Day, he got a top 20, right? Yep, that's a check. Max Homa, top 20. Well, actually, he had a top 5, but is that a check plus money? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cam Young over Sam Burns. We know that hit on Friday. Yes, check. Zalatoris over Alex Noren. believe that's a check. Jason Day over Adam Scott. Well, we certainly know that. I had a pretty good week. On the early wedge. I would encourage you to tune in to watch me.
I will. Are you darn right? If I'm not on the show.
I was talking to the people at home. I wasn't talking.
Okay.
There's other people here.
Hey, there's only one way you're going to get better, you see. You got to keep going.
That's right. Rise and fire, Specty.
Real quick, EC, question from the chat. What do you think about Hawaii game over 121.5?
I don't have the stones to bet it. I looked at it. We love some Big West, but that Hawaii plays ugly games.
Ugly.
I'm just going to pass on that one.
Well, I'll tell you what our simulations say. They say 129. So they say the play's the over.
They do. Yeah, I looked at McClure's one, M squared. It's close. I mean, you can play it for maybe a sprinkle, but I feel more confident. I think there are other two Big West plays, the Irvine game, and then what was it, the one, that UCSB game that I like better with the overs.
Yeah. Also, whenever it's Cal State Fullerton, I also feel like when the total's in the 120s, those are two awful offensive teams, right? You're hoping they have a good game, and I can't stand that. And then it's 26-15 at halftime. You're like, what did I do? There's nothing worse than like 50 at halftime, and you're like, I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. All right, grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of the Snake on the ones and the twos. EC's on 3 big plays today. Oklahoma State, West Virginia over 144.5. Oklahoma State has been a defensive sip. I mean, they've allowed so many points the last few games. Then Norfolk State, if you have this one, play it. Team total over 88.5 plus 150. I know a lot of books won't have it, but we're also on Norfolk State minus the 14.5. Did you hear what EC said? He doesn't think Coppin State can even get into the 50s. So if that's the case, we should win by 30 in this game. So play the 14.5 if you don't have the team total. Then UC Irvine, Cal Poly over 130.5 minus 105. Then the speculator, Napoli money line plus 115. He doesn't mind the over 2.5 team total as well. And then for me, if you're going to cash with the coach, we're going to do it this game tonight. Down there in Fort Worth, the Kansas Jayhawks, do not sleep on them. They're starting to round into form. We forget they are the defending national champions with a lot of those same players back, and they're starting to play like it. You think KU can repeat? Either one of you?
No chance. Zero chance. Zero.
Specty?
I don't know how to respond after that. Absolutely. There's definitely a chance.
No, zero. Your model should say zero.
By the way, Joe said Spector is close to the something about Mary hair. I bet you're not even old enough to even know what that joke means.
I have no idea what that means.
It was a funny movie. It was a long time ago. Look it up, and you'll laugh to yourself.
All right, I will.
All right, great job today, boys. We got 4 days together this week, but the show will be here 5 because we're changing the schedule just a little bit just for you. Now, with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these in-5 tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love ball, EC, speculator, Snake on the ones and the twos. I'm the coach. Tell all your friends, you want to have a good time? You want to be included? Cash a few tickets. It's a hard business, but we do it together right here at the Early Edge, where sometimes, yes, sometimes we do it in 5. Good luck.